I see.
Yeah.
Tell me, Professor Karunaratne, how do we balance out political instability versus investment invitations? How do we attract investment when there is no political stability?
Very interesting question. I think since 1978, after liberalization, we had this issue where our political instability, at the beginning we told about the war, but now it has come into our usual political arena. Actually, we need to have either political institutions, which are including the party politics, which should have kind of a agreement where we are going ahead. And political system is, we know, it's corrupted and there are a lot of issues.
Yeah.
So we need to come out from that. That's a serious issue. Actually, it's very clearly mentioned that there is a book very recently published that is called Why Nations Fail. Mm-hmm. Why Nations Fail. So the main conclusion given by the Why Nations Fail book is that because of extractive institutions, countries are failing. Mm. So in Sri Lanka, there are many institutions which are extractive institutions. The extractive means they're dominated by minor groups. So therefore these institutions are not friendly for the country's right. development. So therefore I think institutional reform is essential for Sri Lanka. Now you see these days Sena caterpillar issue is there. How many university agriculture faculties coming out and saying that we have a solution? How many research institutes coming out and say...
No, but that's the problem, isn't it?
Yeah.
In Sri Lanka, we are going, every year we have some sort of disaster or another. Some of these are obviously not man-made.
Yeah.
And so we have a choice. We can either curl up in a corner and watch it and say, well, this is an act of God, what can we do?
True, actually. Yeah.
Or we can get off our do-nothing seat and be prepared to respond like that when there is a disaster.
True. Actually, there are two kinds of disasters, as you correctly pointed out, man-made disasters and natural disasters. Yeah. The Sri Lanka, of course, is subject to both. The natural disasters we have a lot because of this climate change and, of course, the flooding and all these we have. But disaster preparedness is a very lacking thing in Sri Lanka. Mm. Because, of course, as many people have said that the Sri Lankans forget many things soon. So when there is a disaster...
That's right. We're a bit myopic in yesterday's murderers and rapists are today's legislators.
That's what.
So that might be putting it too harshly, but it's like that.
It's like that, definitely. That, of course, the man-made disasters, we know now the traffic jam, or the solid waste management. There are a lot of issues coming around, so which are negatively influenced on even tourism sector, even foreign investment, yeah. also negatively influencing. So therefore we need to concern about the disaster, one area where we need to have disaster mitigation actions, policy formulation, yeah. and practically we need to think about, yeah. We have to have this disaster preparedness in Sri Lanka.